So I have been thinking, how am I going to start this travel vlog, until I came to realize, why not begin on the place that pulled me to go to South America. Guys, this is the Uyuni Salt Flats. Hi guys, this is my last day here in Bolivia, and I'm here to give you some information and tips on what I have experienced on my travel here in Uyuni and La Paz. So my number one tip for you guys is to prepare for the altitude sickness. I underestimated that factor. It hit me hard on my first day here in Bolivia. Gracias. Kakarating ko lang La Paz, Bolivia. And the first thing I've experienced is the altitude sickness. Like, it's really dizzy. It's really having a hard time breathing. I thought because the plane was so crowded, I don't know, and my seatmate farted. I'm still feeling the shortness of breath. Anyway, David gave me some tea to try. Coca leaf is fantastic at reducing the unwanted symptoms of altitude sickness, which includes nausea, breathlessness, insomnia, loss of appetite, fatigue, and headache. And mostly all hotels here has that leaf to supply to their guests. After drinking that coca leaf tea, I felt a bit okay, so I wanted to pursue my plan in going to my itinerary. So I went to the witches market.
One is 70 and another one is 80.
Gracias. Ulamin ko kaya flatmate ko. And importantly, I need to buy a SIM card. If you want to have a SIM card here, you must bring your passport. So the difficulty that I had with the SIM card purchase is the language. They cannot speak English much, so it's a challenge. But then again, it's also an experience. I wonder if this will be the same experience in Peru. Anyway, brush up with your Spanish. After buying the SIM card, I felt again the altitude sickness. Like, I really was not feeling well while walking the streets of La Paz. So I went home immediately and had some rest. Number 2 tip is get some tours. You cannot explore Bolivia without any tours, especially Uyuni. First, I had canoe tours, which a friend of mine also took when he went here in Bolivia. But when my trip was fast approaching, I tried to look for some pictures on the internet about the mirror effect, and it's actually not possible because it's dry season here in Bolivia in October. So I contacted my tour and asked about that, and they said it's not possible because of the weather. I understand their point that they cannot control the weather, of course. As my trip comes closer, I do see some people posting some mirror effect in their Instagram profiles. So I contacted those people and asked who are their tour agencies. That's why I've known about Hodaka Mountain Tours. I really recommend Hodaka Mountain Tours. It's like the best tour agency I had for years. Like, when I arrived in Uyuni until I left in Uyuni, they took care of me. I had several challenges going to Uyuni because I had a delayed flight. Like, we were on the plane and then the gas mask fell, so the pilot decided to return to La Paz, and because of that we had a 4 hours delay. I contacted the Hodaka Mountain and they understood the situation, so they tried to wait for me, but sadly they cannot wait for me because other guests are also waiting. So what they did is they hired a taxi for me and let me catch up with the group in Colchane village. So I just missed one activity in the package, which is okay. It's just the train cemetery. Okay, let me talk about the salt flat experience. The salt flats in October is really dry. You cannot see the entire flat to be reflective because it's dry.
Go Wesley.
Okay. Ready? 1, 2.
However, there are some parts of Uyuni that has water in it. So luckily, I experienced the salt flats mirror effect. So I went 3 tours. I did went to 3 tours. First was a sunset tour, where I met some Japanese ladies that I was with on the plane.
We meet again.
So the number 2 tour is a stargazing tour, which started around 3 a.m. And it's a stargazing tour where you will experience the stars reflecting on the ground. It feels like the universe is all around you. It really. On the stargazing tour, the moon was still up. We waited for the moon to go down. So it's the first time for me to experience a moonset. And then from that point, that's the point where the stars were really all around you. So that's the time we took the pictures that are so amazing. And of course, after was the sunrise. And it's also an experience to see the sunrises with its reflection on the flat. It was really magical. For a complete Uyuni experience, take the 3 days 2 nights tour. So of course, the Salt Flats is the famous one in Uyuni, but for you to experience and see other parts of Uyuni, like the red lagoon, the green lagoon, the pink flamingo, the vast landscape from one mountain to another, the borders between Chile, Bolivia, all those, you can experience it with a 3 days 2 nights tour. Of course, a 3 days 2 nights tour, you will have a complete disconnect like what I had, a complete disconnect of your world. So no internet, there was a power for only an hour, and no shower. Yeah. Ouch. Come on guys, look at this view. Muy bien. Yes.
Incapaz.
Incapaz. We support him. In conclusion, Bolivia did meet my expectation, or even far more than what I expected. I was really a bit emotional at some point in the trip because I never expected I'll be experiencing those things. I have no regrets in doing the Bolivia trip. So, pack your things and plan your travel here in Bolivia. But for now, after watching this video, you can say, Bolivia, you've been there. Bye guys. Okay, I'm going for my next country. See you in my next travel vlog.